Margaret Nduta, a 37-year-old Kenyan woman, now faces a terrifying reality. A Vietnamese courtroom has become her battleground. Her crime? Drug trafficking. Her sentence? Death. The weight of this judgment hangs heavy, not just for Nduta, but for her family, especially her mother, who now lives with a heart-wrenching plea. She simply asks to see her daughter one last time. Nduta's story is a stark reminder of the human cost of the global drug trade. It's a story of desperation, of choices made, and the unforgiving consequences that follow. Vietnam, known for its strict drug laws, offers little leniency to those caught in its web. The death penalty, a stark reality in this Southeast Asian nation, looms large over Nduta's future. News of Nduta's arrest and sentencing sent shockwaves through Kenya. The image of this young woman, now a convicted criminal in a foreign land, sparked national outrage and concern. The public is grappling with the harsh realities of drug trafficking and its international reach. The case has also ignited debate about the death penalty, its morality, and its effectiveness as a deterrent. At the heart of this story is a mother's anguish. The pain of knowing her daughter is facing such a fate is unimaginable. Her plea to see her daughter, a simple and profound request, speaks volumes. It transcends legal battles and political maneuvering, laying bare the raw human emotions that lie at the heart of this tragedy. Nduta's journey to Vietnam remains shrouded in mystery. What led her to this distant land, so far from the familiar plains of Kenya? Was she lured by promises of a better life or coerced by forces beyond her control? These questions linger unanswered, adding another layer of complexity to an already heartbreaking situation. What is known is that Nduta was apprehended at Tan Son Nhat International Airport in Ho Chi Minh City. Vietnamese authorities, acting on intelligence, discovered over 2 kilograms of narcotics in her possession. This discovery marked the end of her journey and the beginning of her nightmare. Nduta's journey to Vietnam, however, was not a direct one. It's reported that she successfully navigated through 3 airports before being apprehended in Vietnam, including Kenya's own Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. This revelation raises serious questions about security measures and the effectiveness of efforts to combat drug trafficking. How could she slip through the cracks, evading detection at multiple points? The details of Nduta's alleged involvement in the drug trade remain murky. Was she a key player in a sophisticated smuggling ring, or an unwitting pawn in a dangerous game? A woman claiming to have been imprisoned with Nduta in Ghana alleges she was coerced into trafficking drugs to Vietnam. This claim, if true, paints a picture of exploitation and desperation. As Nduta's fate hangs in the balance, a race against time has begun. The Kenyan government, spurred by public outcry and a mother's desperate pleas, has launched diplomatic efforts to secure Nduta's repatriation and ultimately her life. Kenyan embassy representatives from Bangkok have traveled to Hanoi, engaging in high-level discussions with Vietnamese authorities. The goal is twofold: to bring Nduta home and to negotiate clemency. It's a delicate dance, balancing diplomatic protocol with the urgency of the situation. The outcome of these negotiations could mean the difference between life and death for Nduta. The legal landscape in Vietnam presents a formidable challenge. The country's strict anti-drug laws are internationally recognized, leaving little room for leniency in cases like Nduta's. The death penalty, a stark reality for drug-related offenses, hangs over her like a sword of Damocles. Adding another layer of complexity to the situation is the language barrier. Navigating the intricacies of the Vietnamese legal system requires specialized knowledge and cultural sensitivity. This language barrier poses a significant obstacle, potentially hindering Nduta's access to effective legal representation and further complicating diplomatic efforts. Margaret Nduta's case has shone a light on a disturbing trend: the growing number of Kenyan women caught in the web of international drug trafficking. These women, often from disadvantaged backgrounds, are easy prey for criminal networks who exploit their vulnerability and desperation. The allure of quick money and a better life often blinds these women to the risks involved. They become mules, transporting drugs across continents, unaware of the severe legal consequences that await them if caught. The promise of a brighter future often ends in the harsh reality of a foreign prison cell, or worse, a death sentence. The factors driving Kenyan women to risk their lives in the drug trade are complex and multifaceted. Poverty, lack of education, and limited economic opportunities create a breeding ground for exploitation. These women are often lured by false promises, coerced through threats, or manipulated by those they trust. Margaret Nduta's story serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the human cost of the drug trade. It's a story that demands attention, not just to the individual plight of those caught in its web, but also to the systemic issues that fuel this illicit industry.